just lift this up to you in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Take a couple minutes, fill out that form on page 25 if you are excited about Mustard Seed Ranch, which I think you probably are, so take a second, fill that out, and then a little later we can drop that in their tray. Greg Leith, where's Greg? Greg gave me a speech, so I'll just give it right now. I'd like to introduce Greg Leith. Greg is the president of Convene, and Greg is going to tell us what's going on with Convene. They've got a conference coming up here that I'm very excited to have him tell you about. Greg, come on up.
Thanks, Jim. How you guys doing? So who's going to win the election? I've got a thought for you. No matter who wins the election, people are going to get up the day after and go to work. Isn't that true? This morning, about 3 billion people around the world got up and went to work. That's where people are. Some are in gleaming office towers. Some are working in fields and factories, hospitals. Some are government workers. Some own the company, like some of you, and some work for those who do. But two things are true. 70% of people who go to work are mostly disengaged. And since today's not Sunday, they're mostly not in church. Church attendance is on an all-time low. 40% of people go to church. Our job is to be the image bearer of Jesus Christ in the marketplace. That's why Convene exists. We exist because we think that doing business with excellence on a biblical platform actually matters. That if we can use our business as a vehicle that God can use in the lives of people, then we make a difference in the culture. Jesus' ministry was all about the marketplace. 132 public appearances, but 122 of them were in the marketplace. 40 miracles, 39 in the marketplace. 52 parables, 45 in the workplace. So you as a business leader, running a group of people, doing work, are an agent and image bearer of God's plan. As leaders to the as apprentices to the Master Jesus, we're not here to just make a living. We are here to breathe life into the souls of the people that work for us. I love what George MacLeod wrote. Has anybody heard of George MacLeod, a Scottish preacher? So far, I've never had anybody say yes to this. This is awesome. You're about to get introduced to this guy. He wrote a poem that I love, and many of you heard me quote it before. He started a movement called Iona. He was a preacher, a military guy, and he founded a community called Iona and got people together to make the industrial age kind of come to life. He said, "I simply argue the cross be raised again at the center of the marketplace. Jesus was not crucified in a cathedral between two candles, but on a cross between two thieves. At a crossroads so cosmopolitan, they had to write his title in 3 languages. And soldiers gambled, and cynics talked smut, but that's where he died. That's what he died about, and that's where we ought to be." Anybody think that might be true of you? We put together a little artist commission of what that might look like, and if you go back to the Convene table, you'll see this artist rendering that we made up, and I want you to have one, so take a look at that back there. But at the Leadership Summit, Bob Shank and I got together a year or so ago and said, let's do this together. Let's bring people together and figure out what is the meaning of work. How do we raise the question of God? How do you raise the cross at the center of the marketplace? How do you do business with excellence? Great HR, great operating principles, great finance, understanding the balance sheet and income statement, not going broke, honoring and valuing people. That's what we're going to talk about in the desert for a couple days. Rancho Mirage, April 27, 28, 29. In your book, there is a flyer that looks like this. I think it's the most colorful one out there, so you'll find it. But there's more at the back. And here's what this flyer basically says. My CFO's here. She's going to kill me. But we knocked about $500 off the price for today and printed up some out-of-print books by one of the speakers who's coming. So we're going to give you a free book, knock $500 off, and give you a $50 gift certificate to go to dinner. Does that sound like a pretty good deal? So if you want to come, go to the back and sign up. We've got computers there. and we'll sign you up. My prayer for you is this: that business for you would be about men and women that work for you, making culture better so humans can flourish. Customers and vendors and employees can have the curtains pulled back on the kingdom of God. And then I think we can redeem the workplace. And after that election day, people will still show up to your office to work with and for you, and you'll be able to be that image bearer of Christ. So come to the desert with Bob and I and about 8 incredible speakers and about 300 people. Rooms are going fast, so we'll look forward to having you sign up before they're all gone, and find us in the back. Thanks.